Did you know that the average American today can expect to live longer than ever before? Yet a surprisingly large number of seniors never make it past 85? It's not because they don't care about their health. In fact, most do exactly what they're told. Regular checkups, staying active, eating healthy, and still find themselves blindsided by sudden decline. But here's the chilling truth. It's not the obvious dangers that are cutting lives short. It's the small, silent mistakes, many of them hiding in plain sight, that gradually sabotage your body from the inside out. Imagine this. You're doing your best. Maybe you take daily walks, keep your blood pressure in check, even stick to a sensible diet. And yet, without warning, your doctor gives you news that knocks the wind out of you. Your organs are failing, your memory is slipping, or your energy is gone. You wonder, how did this happen? The answer? It's the 6 hidden habits we're about to reveal in this video. And here's why you need to keep watching. Each of these mistakes is completely fixable, but only if you catch them now. From the wrong kind of exercise to healthy foods that trigger inflammation, from dehydration you don't feel to sleep that's not really restful, we'll walk you through what's silently aging your body and how to reverse the damage starting today. You deserve more than just a long life. You deserve a full one, sharp in mind, strong in body, and vibrant in spirit. Let's make sure you don't just reach 85, but thrive well beyond it. Stay with us. 1. Chronic dehydration, the hidden threat you don't feel until it's too late. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you really thought about how much water you drink each day? If you're like most older adults, the answer might be, I drink when I'm thirsty. But here's the twist. After age 65, your natural sense of thirst begins to dull, meaning your body could be running on empty long before you ever feel parched. Mild dehydration isn't just about feeling tired or dizzy. Over time, it slowly thickens your blood, slows your circulation, and puts your kidneys, brain, and heart under serious stress. And because it develops quietly, the damage often goes unnoticed until something serious, like a stroke, confusion, or organ failure, suddenly strikes. Let me tell you about Carol, a 74-year-old grandmother from Indiana. She walked every day, kept her salt low, and prided herself on eating clean. But one afternoon, she collapsed in her garden. The ER doctor's report shocked her family. Long-term dehydration had played a major role in her sudden kidney crisis. Carol had no idea she was slowly drying out on the inside, because she never felt thirsty. So how do you fix this? It's simpler than you think. Don't wait to feel thirsty. Make hydration a habit, not a reaction. Keep a refillable water bottle near you, by the bed, the TV remote, even in your car. Sip throughout the day, aiming for at least 6 to 8 cups of water, about 48 to 64 ounces. Spread out, not chugged all at once. And here's an easy visual cue. Check your urine color. Light yellow means you're on track. Dark yellow? Time to reach for that glass of water. Remember, proper hydration doesn't just quench your thirst. It protects your brain, boosts your energy, keeps your digestion smooth, and may even reduce the risk of falls. It's not flashy, it's not complicated, but this one simple habit could be your most powerful defense against early aging. You've come this far. Don't let a dry spell derail the years you've worked so hard to earn. 2. Silent inflammation. The dangerous fire you're feeding without knowing it. Not all dangers make noise. Some slip quietly into your life, settle into your routine, and start wreaking havoc inside your body without a single ache, pain, or fever to warn you. One of the most dangerous? Silent inflammation caused by everyday foods. Yes, the inflammation we're talking about here isn't the kind that causes swelling or redness. It's internal, cellular, and it builds up gradually, like rust on the frame of a car. Over time, it wears down your arteries, weakens your immune system, and accelerates the aging process. Here's the kicker. Some of the foods doing the most damage are the very ones you've been told were healthy. Take Jim, a 76-year-old retired Air Force mechanic from Kansas. He stuck to whole wheat bread, used vegetable oil to cook, and drank diet soda to cut sugar. But after an unexpected heart scare, doctors found inflammation all throughout his cardiovascular system, traced directly to foods he'd trusted for years. So what's happening? As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to certain ingredients. Grains that were once easily tolerated now trigger inflammation. Artificial sweeteners can confuse the gut and immune system. And industrial oils like soybean, corn, and canola act like gasoline on a slow-burning fire inside your cells. Here's how to fight back. Cut refined grains and white flour products, including many so-called healthy breads and crackers. Replace processed vegetable oils with extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. Eliminate artificial sweeteners. Opt for modest amounts of natural alternatives like raw honey or pure maple syrup if needed. These small swaps can lower systemic inflammation dramatically. Some research suggests by as much as 50 to 60% over time. If you've been feeling off lately, sluggish, foggy, or inflamed without explanation, it might not be your age. It might be your pantry. The good news? You're in control. You can turn off the fire, one grocery trip at a time. Aging is natural. Inflammation is optional. 3. The wrong kind of exercise. Why walking alone might be holding you back. If you've been told that a daily walk around the block is all you need to stay healthy after 65, you're not alone. And while any movement is better than none, here's something most seniors never hear. Walking alone may not be enough to keep your body strong as you age. It's a common story. Take Barbara, a 78-year-old retired teacher from Oregon. She walked 2 miles every day for nearly a decade. But despite her dedication, her energy kept declining, her balance worsened, and a routine checkup revealed something unexpected. She had lost a significant amount of muscle mass. How could that be? The answer lies in what your body needs after 65. As we age, our muscle tissue naturally breaks down faster, and light cardio, like slow walking, doesn't send a strong enough signal to preserve or rebuild it. In fact, over-reliance on low-intensity, repetitive movement can actually strain aging joints without doing much for metabolism or bone strength. That's why geriatric fitness specialists now emphasize resistance-based movement, even if it's simple, gentle, and short in duration. So what should you do instead? Try this: a 10-minute routine focused on body weight or light resistance movements 3 times per week. You don't need fancy equipment or gym memberships, just a sturdy chair and maybe a resistance band. Start with wall push-ups for upper body strength, chair squats to support leg and core stability, seated arm pulls using a towel or band to improve shoulder mobility, standing heel raises to help with balance and ankle strength. The key isn't intensity, it's intention. These movements wake up your muscles, stimulate protective hormones, and slow down the aging process at a cellular level. You're not trying to become a bodybuilder. You're training for independence. Getting out of a chair easily, carrying groceries, keeping your footing on the stairs. Walking is good, but strength is what keeps you upright, mobile, and living life on your terms. The best part? Just 10 minutes, a few times a week, could help add not just years, but strength, confidence, and vitality to every one of them. 4. Hidden deficiencies. How your medications might be draining vital nutrients. Modern medicine has saved countless lives, but there's a lesser-known side effect that few doctors discuss, and it could be silently undermining your health. As we age, many of us rely on daily medications to manage chronic conditions, whether it's blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes. But what most people don't realize is that certain prescriptions, taken over time, can drain essential vitamins and minerals from your body, leading to fatigue, memory issues, weakened immunity, and even heart problems. Let's take the story of Harold, a 75-year-old Navy veteran from North Carolina. He took his medications faithfully, followed all the instructions, and never missed a dose. But over time, he noticed his energy fading. He felt mentally foggy, and his balance grew shaky. It wasn't until a savvy geriatric specialist reviewed his blood work that the picture became clear. Harold had developed significant deficiencies in B vitamins and magnesium, 2 critical nutrients depleted by common prescriptions. And he's far from alone. For example, statins, used to lower cholesterol, can reduce CoQ10, which your heart needs for energy. Diuretics, for blood pressure, can flush out potassium and magnesium. Metformin, for diabetes, may deplete vitamin B12, crucial for memory and nerve function. Unfortunately, these changes happen slowly, too slowly to notice, until symptoms surface. So what can you do? First, don't stop any medication without your doctor's guidance. But at your next appointment, bring this up. Ask, are any of my medications known to deplete nutrients? Should I be supplementing or changing my diet? Meanwhile, strengthen your nutritional safety net. Eat more leafy greens, colorful vegetables, nuts, and wild-caught fish. Consider a high-quality senior multivitamin, but only after discussing it with your healthcare provider. Think of your body like a bank account. If medications are withdrawing nutrients daily, you've got to start making deposits before you run into overdraft. Protecting your health isn't just about what you take, it's also about what you might be losing without realizing it. 5. Poor sleep quality. Why 8 hours in bed might not be helping your health. You've probably heard it 100 times. Just get your 8 hours. But here's something few people over 65 are told. It's not how long you sleep that matters most. It's how well you sleep. Deep restorative sleep is when your brain clears toxins, your muscles repair, and your immune system resets. But as we get older, we often spend less time in these vital stages of sleep, even if we're in bed all night. Take Marilyn, a 69-year-old former librarian from Colorado. She went to bed at 10 p.m. and got up at 6 a.m. religiously. Yet she woke up feeling groggy, scattered, and unsteady. Her doctor ruled out major health issues until a sleep specialist discovered the truth. Marilyn was only getting 20 minutes of deep sleep each night. The rest of her time in bed was light sleep, easily disrupted and not enough to restore brain and body function. And that kind of chronic poor quality sleep has been linked to memory loss, weakened immunity, and even increased risk of Alzheimer's. So what's disrupting deep sleep? Common culprits include blue light from screens before bed, TVs, phones, tablets. Too warm bedrooms, above 70 degrees Fahrenheit, can interfere with natural cooling needed for deep sleep. Frequent nighttime bathroom trips from late fluid intake. Sleeping flat on your back, which may cause airway restriction and snoring. Here's how to turn things around, starting tonight. Shut off all screens 30 minutes before bed. Try reading a physical book or listening to soft music instead. Set your thermostat between 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit for optimal sleep temperature. Stop drinking fluids at least 90 minutes before bedtime to reduce interruptions. Try sleeping on your side with a pillow between your knees to align your spine and improve breathing. These adjustments might seem small, but they can dramatically improve the quality of your sleep, giving your brain the deep rest it needs to stay sharp and resilient. Don't let your body spend the night on autopilot. Invest in real rest, because sleep isn't just about feeling better in the morning. It's about protecting your future. 6. Silent social isolation. The loneliness that ages you from the inside out. You can eat right, stay active, and take your medications on time. But if you're socially disconnected, your health may still be quietly unraveling behind the scenes. Here's what most people don't realize. Social isolation isn't just about being alone. It's about lacking meaningful connection, and the health consequences can be just as serious as smoking or obesity. You might say, but I talk to my kids every week, or I run into people at the grocery store. That's a start, but according to growing research, occasional interaction isn't enough to protect your brain and body from the physiological effects of isolation. Let's consider David, a 73-year-old retired engineer from Ohio. He lived independently, called his family regularly, and occasionally met neighbors for coffee. But over time, he began forgetting simple things, losing energy, and withdrawing from even the smallest social events. A geriatric specialist finally helped him connect the dots. David's shrinking social circle was increasing his cortisol levels, weakening his immune system, and accelerating mental decline. And that's not uncommon. Studies from the National Institute on Aging show that limited, shallow interaction activates chronic stress responses. Your body produces more inflammation, your heart health worsens, and cognitive functions start to decline. Why? Because we are biologically wired to thrive on connection, especially as we age. So how do you fix a problem that hides in plain sight? Start small with what researchers call the three connection system. One meaningful one-on-one conversation each week, not just chit-chat, but a real heart-to-heart with a friend or loved one. Participate in a group activity, a senior center class, a church event, or a community volunteer day. Create purpose-driven connection. Mentor someone younger, help at a food pantry, or write letters to people in need. It's not about becoming a social butterfly. It's about feeding your emotional and neurological health with regular, sincere human contact. Because when connection disappears, the body starts to believe it's under threat. And that, over time, chips away at your health. Don't wait until isolation shows up in your blood pressure, memory, or mood. Reaching out could be the most powerful health decision you make this year. By now, you've seen what most people never hear about aging. It's not just the big diagnoses that shorten your life. It's the small, silent habits that chip away at your health day after day. Let's recap what we've uncovered. Chronic dehydration that dries out your organs before you even feel thirsty. Hidden inflammation from so-called healthy foods. The wrong kind of exercise that wears you down instead of building you up. Medications that quietly rob your body of essential nutrients. Poor sleep that doesn't give your brain a chance to repair. And subtle social isolation that stresses your body in ways you can't see. Each of these alone can be dangerous. Together, they become a silent storm that holds back your energy, memory, strength, and even your lifespan. But here's the hopeful part. Every one of these issues is fixable, and it doesn't take a full lifestyle overhaul. Small, focused changes, drinking water before you're thirsty, replacing inflammatory foods, adding short-strength exercises, checking in with your doctor about nutrients, improving your sleep environment, and reaching out to others can add not just years to your life, but life to your years. So don't just absorb this information, act on it. Choose one change today, add another next week, and watch how quickly your health and confidence begin to turn around. If this video opened your eyes to something you've been overlooking, give it a thumbs up. Share it with a friend or family member who might need to hear it too. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. We'll be revealing 3 specific foods that help reverse aging after 70. You're not done yet. Your best years can still be ahead. Let's make them count.